that's saying I'm live. I wonder if I actually am. Had to start a new stream because the other stream was not working, was not connecting properly. So this one has 0 viewers and 0 likes. There's a few people there now, which is awesome. Everybody hit that like button. Sorry, I don't know what happened with the other stream. Yeah. Oh, well, there it is. Now it's showing up. Lovely. Anyway, now I feel bad because there was quite a few people waiting in that one. Was there? Oh, shut up. Anyway, we're here to talk about Moist Vessels, episode 4 of season 1 of Lower Decks. And to be honest, I really enjoyed this one. Is it better than the last one? In some aspects, yes. In other ways, no. There's a few silly things in this one that doesn't really quite jive with me. And I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts as well, guys. So make sure you support the channel by super chatting if you can, and subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell icon to all. Do all that kind of stuff. It all helps out. And you know, if you can support us via Super Chat or PayPal or something like that, or joining the channel, like I said, or Patreon, please do so. It really is good for the channel and helps us bringing content to you guys. So 25 people here, 11 likes, which is awesome, guys. If you can hit that like button, that would be great. We were up to 43 likes on the other video. I wish I could continue from that video, but for some reason I can't. It just would not connect properly for me. So, yeah, this one is fantastic. We get to see another California class ship, which is kind of cool. I wish it was a different kind of ship, but still. We get an alien generational ship, which again is very neat. And we get some interesting. It's kind of like the episode Masks of TNG, where the ship gets transformed. That's kind of neat. Kind of a neat premise and a cool concept, and I could definitely see it being a regular episode of Star Trek. So that's very cool. The whole ascension thing was hilarious. Who knew it would be painful? And Bernie, you know, let's see. Next week's episode, we get a new ship, the USS Vancouver. We do indeed, and it's a new ship class as well, which is kind of neat. So we'll be talking about that for sure. Mariner looks so great in that uniform, in the yellow uniform with 2 pips. Big hottie. She is a kind of a hottie, isn't she? Did the generational ship look familiar? I swear I've seen it before. It didn't look familiar to me, no, but, you know, what do I know? Yeah. Let's see. Whew. So anyway, I really love this episode. Like I said, I thought it had a very TNG episode kind of vibe to it, which was awesome. I love the idea of the ship transforming. It changing back as quickly was kind of stupid in my opinion, but you know, what are you gonna do? And the fact the other ship was too far gone to actually save it was also kind of eh. One of the things that really bugged me about this one was the Tellarite captain, how he decided to, well, we're the leads on this, we're gonna, you know, move in closer and not adjust the tractor beam so it shears off a panel. It's like the tractor beam tolerances had to be within spec. When I first heard that, I figured one of the Cerritos crew was going to screw it up. I did not expect the Tellarite captain to be jealous of Captain Freeman to the point where he decides to go ahead and do something incredibly stupid. I think that was a dumb thing for this episode. Did not appreciate that at all. It was petty, and it's not something a Starfleet captain would do. I can't see anyone in TNG doing that. That's a Starfleet captain. I can see other captains, like a freighter captain or something, trying to get some glory, to do that, but not a Federation, not a Starfleet captain. That just does not work for me. So that kind of bugged me a little bit. Tangent rambles. Did Captain Freeman arbitrarily skip Lieutenant what? To give Mariner 2 full lieutenant pips. Oh, lieutenant junior grade. I don't know. I mean, she has had high rank before, so that could be the reason. I don't know. Do we see lieutenant junior grade in Star Trek? I can't even remember right now. I know there's lieutenant commander, obviously, but lieutenant junior grade makes sense. So yeah, she did, I guess, but she has had a higher rank before, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. Paul Contos, $5. Good evening, Captain. Episode was super amazing. Yes, it was. I really enjoyed it. It was cool seeing other ships, even though there were 2 California classes. The fact that we get another ship next week is great. I think there's more ships coming before the end of the season, if from the sources I've heard, if it's true. So, Paul Leduc, it was a TOS reference where the other ship would get jealous. You say that, but what do you mean exactly? Ron Sarna. Unauthorized terraforming. The computer cracks me up. What is happening? My iPad feels like it wants to do an update now, all of a sudden, which is not good. Yes, there was Lieutenant Junior grade on TNG, so there you go. First season of TNG, Junior grade. Okay, what is happening and why is this happening now? Yep. That's great. That's just wonderful. My iPad is deciding to update right now. So, spinny circle of death. So I'll have to read it on here. The Ascension guy had 1 white and 1 black pip, so that's Lieutenant Junior grade. No, a gold pip and then a black one is Lieutenant Commander, because that's what Data has. So that's not junior grade. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I doubt it. I severely doubt it. 66 people here and 33 likes. That's 50%, guys. Even I can do that math, and I'm not a good math person. So hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get those likes up. Data has 2.5 pips. Okay, that's Lieutenant. That's Lieutenant Commander then. Yeah. Okay, so it's solid, and the black is Lieutenant Junior grade. Okay, I guess that makes sense. And then 2 solids are Lieutenant, and then 2, and okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. There you go. Look at this. I was just in the middle of using it, and it's deciding to. It just said verify and update. I'm like, why didn't you do this the whole rest of the day? Not when I need it. So, anywho, so what did you guys think of the episode? Did you enjoy it? Is it your favorite? Is it your least favorite? Let me know, guys. The whole Ascension thing was hilarious. Did anyone see the Luna class like ship in an episode 5 trailer? Well, it wasn't at all like a Luna class. So, but yes, we saw it. Vancouver. George says it's his favorite so far. Canadian Starships mixed with Stargate 1. It was okay. This Ascension stuff was very Stargate. I guess. I haven't got to that part of Stargate, I guess. So, Zeraxis puts in $5, so thank you very much. Love this episode. Bit of character development, humor, and fun. A few pokes at Trek tropes, and maybe subtle Genesis device references. Well, we got Moriarty was referenced, which was great. There's probably some other stuff in there that, like dialogue-wise, I might have missed. But to get kind of a feel for Mariner and her mom and their relationship, that was fantastic. So, yay for that. I kind of want to adjust this. So it's a little bit better. I think that looks better. Anywho, there you go. Yeah, the Traveler and the Q were also mentioned. Absolutely. The pronunciation bit was classic. The sense ores, yeah, yeah. And I knew she was going to do something to the admiral to get demoted. I mean, that's just pretty obvious. But still, that was kind of fun. Oh, the Abraham Lincoln reference. Yes, yes, I did notice that one as well. The one thing that kind of he just mentioned reminded me of the Four Candles sketch. One thing that bothered me was when Tendi was talking to Rutherford and she had her candles lit and had her lunch in front of her, and then she scoops everything up with like the lit candle and all, and it's just all suddenly it's all sudden out. Like that's just, I know it's an animated thing, it's an animated trope, but still, seriously, still fucking dude. Paul Contos $5. Poor Tendi, she couldn't get a break. Well, she wants everybody to like her. I can relate to that. I don't like when people don't like me. If you don't like me and there's no reason, that really bugs me. If there's a reason, I'd better have given you a reason. If I don't want you to like me, I'll give you a reason not to like me. But if you don't like me because I said something or I did something offensive that you found offensive and it was never intended that way on my part, you know. George Magnum, holographic candles. That's a great idea. I never considered that, and I would definitely take that to heart when we talk about the review tomorrow. So, yes, that's awesome. Reese says, O'Connor seeing Abraham Lincoln makes sense. He's acting, his actor's been seeing dead people since he was a kid. Zerax is $5. Computer, rotate camera 13 degrees, enhance. Did you get the new camera cap? The picture looks cleaner than usual. I did not. I'm still using my new iPhone Pro, which I've had for a while now. All of these first reaction reviews for Lower Decks have been on this one, so that would be a negatory big stud. Hold on a second, I'm just going to turn off a thing over here. I'm back. So no, it's I just have the light set up a little differently, and that makes a big deal. So big difference. Missed the start of the stream, Captain. Did you enjoy the episode? I did enjoy the episode very much. 88 people here, 47 likes, guys. Come on, we can get the likes up to at least 65 with 88 people. Hit that like button if you haven't already. That'd be awesome. Ozzy says your iPad is doing buffer time. Yep, it is. See. Usually I just read the comments on here, but I got to do it on here. Stuff was forced through the seams and no loss of pressure at all? Chill, Jeff. Chill. I know Jeff didn't enjoy this episode, so, kind of, I thought it was really fun. I do agree that there should have been more damage to the ship. That being said, when the guy did the Ascension thing, a whole ceiling and floor were missing from that corridor because of the damage. So that's kind of neat, but there should have been more damage, I think. That was kind of a weird transition to just have the ship go back to kind of being normal, just with the orange stuff everywhere. iPad's almost done. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. Anti-Trekker even liked it. That's awesome. I was on a stream last night with Anti-Trekker and Life with Matthew, so say hi to Anti-Trekker for me. That being said, yeah, the Tellarite captain being a bit jealous and kind of causing the problem was a bit annoying. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Glad we got back our 50 likes again at 100. Yes, we can easily hit 50 likes, Jeff. You know that. 89 likes, 57 likes, 89 people here. That's awesome, guys. Let's get those up to 75 now. We can do 75 easily. Trek trope to be fixed by the end of the episode. Yes. Paul Contos, $5. How many years before Picard does this take place? You reckon there will be overlap? I think this happens like 4 years before. 4 or 5 years, maybe 3. it's not very far from Picard, but no, it's actually, hold on. I think it's 3 years until Picard resigns from Starfleet. So that's still a good 17 years away for the start of Picard. I don't know. I don't have all the numbers in front of me, and I don't remember that stuff. So 19 years before Picard. There's George. Yeah. So I thought I said 17. So yeah. So 19 years before Picard. He retires because of the Mars attack in probably 3 or 4 years after this. So yeah, 2380 versus 2399. So there you go. And iPad is back up and running. All right, so let's pull these back up, guys. And I apologize about that. That was very disappointing, Mr. iPad. It's a bad iPad. Bad. Bad. All right, and there I am. Look, that's me. The other ship was too far gone. They mentioned it. Yes, it was. Zoraxis $5. If this is 3 to 5 years before Picard, that seems to imply that vaguely TNG style of ship stuck around for a long time. I'm okay with this. No, sorry, it was 3 or 4 years until Picard retires from Starfleet because of the Mars attack. It's 19 years until the events of Picard. Slave Commander. The transformation of the ship reminded me of the TNG episode Masks, albeit a much more intense transformation. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Kenju 22. Look how long the Rathacon uniforms were in service. Yes, exactly, but they changed. They eventually got rid of the turtleneck and the belt, and it's like, stop doing that. They look like shit without those. But yes. Forrest Penrod, at least it was a Tellarite captain acting silly given how combative and emotional they are. Yeah, but you think they wouldn't be given commands then if they're going to do stupid fucking decisions because they're Tellarites? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Just him looking at Freeman on the screen and kind of like, oh, we're in charge of this and let's change the better position, was, in my mind, very stupid, very childish of him, and something a Starfleet captain just would not do. So that kind of bugged me a little bit about this episode. Other than that, I mean, all the tasks she had to do were all right, except for the biofilter thing. That kind of bugged me, but they even make a reference. They bleep it out. So you're not sure exactly what they said, but it's probably come. It's probably come. I can't believe people use it for that. That's pretty much all anybody that uses it for. Like the phaser as a tool, cleaning the carbon filter with it felt very TOS. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked about the phaser being able to clean off the graffiti and stuff, and what we thought about that. I think that makes perfect sense. I kind of like that. Jeff Jacobs, Vancouver, is it Canada class then? Who knows? Probably not, though, would be my guess. Zoraxis, that's still a fairly long time, and it means that TNG style stuck around mostly through the Dominion War and onwards quite a ways, which is nice, in my opinion. I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely 1000% agree with you on that. Max Volume, the captain rivalry had me thinking of Cisco and Solak a bit, but you can't. Well, maybe the Vulcan would do something like that to kind of outshine the. I don't know. That's stretching a bit. And then the other ship gets attacked by the orange goo, and then the Cerritos, it's coming out through the tractor beam towards the ship, and I'm like, just disengage the tractor beam and move the ship. But what did he say? Evasion A Alpha or something? Just turn off the tractor beam. Like, anyway, just that frustrated me a little bit. George Magram, Tellarites given command of unimportant ships. That's why we haven't seen one in TNG, DS9, and Voyager. Well, I think somebody would file a complaint at that point. Why do we only get command of these ships? Because you're morons. I don't know. Um, Jeff Jacobs, sorry I don't know the name of the provinces. That's what you call your states, right? Well, they're not states, they are provinces and territories. We have territories as well. Do I know them all? Probably not. There's um, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Newfoundland, Quebec. I'm going to go to hell for this because I'm not remembering them all. Northwest Territories, which I don't think is Northwest Territories anymore. It was when I went to school, but I failed geography, I guess. Barely got by. Zeraxis, aren't Tellarites like not known for doing incredibly stupid things though? Like they are arguing as part of their culture and science discourse, not because they're angry all the time. I mean, they're a founding member of the Federation. We got a lot of our technology from them. They're a force to be reckoned with as far as being a major player in the Federation. So, Paul Contos, $5. I'm glad that they pointed what people do in holodecks. I don't even want to know what goes into Quark's holodecks. Okay. I don't want to keep bringing this up, but that's not how fucking holodecks work. And now it's canonized because it's on screen. That's stupid as all hell. Holodecks use a combination of transporters and replicator technology, which means any matter you may leave behind in the transporter or the holodeck would be transported away via the transporter technology and converted back into energy and just not reformed into matter. It would just go into the ship's energy stores. So to have a stupid holodeck biofilter is incredibly fucking stupid, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves because that's not how holodecks work. We've done a whole episode on the holodecks. It hasn't been released yet. It's been filmed. It's been researched. I did a lot of time researching it. Talked to Rick Sternbach about how they work. Read the technical manuals for them. So leaving stuff behind in the holodeck is remarkably stupid, and I just don't like it. But I said I wouldn't keep complaining about it because it's going to get old really quick, and I think it already has. So I'm done. The tractor beams were synced with the other ships. With the other ship. Ozzy, the captain, wants her daughter on the bridge next to her side by side. Princess TS01. Is the goo the same stuff the crew of the Rocinante found in the Expanse? I have no clue because I haven't seen that. Tellarites, the Packlids of the Federation. I don't think so, not quite. Ryan K. Love how the captain promotes Mariner to get her to quit. Yeah, and poor Boimler, though. Like, you had everything that I wanted. How are we even friends? How do you not know yours? We have 50. And can all of you name all 50? I mean, probably. According to you, a map of the world is just America. It's not even North America. You cut Canada off. So, no offense, but there's French Canada and real Canada. Well, yes. New Brunswick, 3 territories. There you go. Reese, as for the captain's attitude, it's more like these lower level captains are desperate for recognition to stand out within Starfleet. Just like O'Connor with his shtick as the Ascension guy. Yeah, I would buy that. They divided the Northwest Territories. Well, there you go. British Columbia, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. None of it. I thought Newfoundland was in Europe. Oh. Please tell me that's a joke. Mark, sorry I'm late. I was watching Lore Reloaded's channel. I enjoyed this episode. Max Volume. It is a bit lazy of the plot to get the accident happening for sure. Yeah, it should have been something like a setting was misaligned because they were working so hard on these assignments or something that the tractor beam wasn't working properly. But anywho, Hezraz, there is still a Northwest Territories. It was split in two. The other half is none of it. there you go. See, I don't really pay attention, nor do I care. Zaraxis, at least you guys up in Canada only have a couple of provinces where we have, in the US, have 50 and 2 to 4 more territories that probably should be states. Cade MacArthur, what if Canada was communist? Ha! A lot of people, when I say about our free healthcare and stuff, they're like, well, you're socialists. And so, yeah, I don't know. Sure, I think we're communists. That's fine. That's good. Donnie Pearson, BC is the only part of Canada I went. The rest is on my bucket list, including the heart of it, Ottawa. I don't go to Ottawa. Come to Ontario. Come to Toronto. Hang out with me. Tangent rambles. Well, it's not an excuse. Captain Durango was probably provoked by the disrespect Mariner showed in the opening scene, building up his frustration until he did something stupid to boost his own ego. I like that. That's quite a good supposition. Prince Edward Island, yes. Justin Nicolesy, do you think the Enterprise E will show up just for fun? I mean, we talked about this with Picard. Hopefully, but very likely not. Although it's more likely to show up in this show for sure, so. Dystopian guy, when starships get damaged, why don't they beam the damaged hull sections and replace with re-energized parts? Thus ships self-heal whilst under attack. They have the tech to do so. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Reconstitute things based on the holodeck or the transporter patterns or schematics. Just beam it out and beam in a new section out of the old section that's reconstructed into a new section. Good old gamer. Do they say that on the shows, though? I can see holodecks cleaning up what they make themselves, but it's reasonable they wouldn't eliminate people's stuff or we'd see people vaporized by accident. I'm not going to get into it. They don't say it on the show, no. It's in the technical manuals. Like I said, I talked to Rick Sternbach, who wrote the technical manual with Michael Okuda, and just with the way the technology it's stupid to assume otherwise. Sorry. Justin Hampton, $5. Hey, Kat, made it safe. Hurricanes missed me. Like this episode a lot. Wish they could give us more ships. Good to see you, Justin. Jeff Jacobs, actually, that isn't bad. The proto-molecule in the expanse took over everything it touched and made it into more of itself and stuff. Okay, Mark, I liked how the Mercedes L-cars were green. A callback to how Columbia had more green and while Enterprise had more blues. Yeah, I do like the green L-cars on the other ship. Tangent rambles about the holodecks. Maybe the California class has an older model that used the transporter less than state-of-the-art designs used on frontline ships. I mean, maybe, sure. Starfleet boy, next week's new ship looks cool. I can't wait to see Trekyards breakdown for it. I can't either. Wonder what they'll say. List of Jericho, New York, California, Colorado, and Texas. That's all I can name currently. The poker game is cute, says Andrew. Hazrez, I think Mariner's mom was controlling when she was younger or overprotective, lol. Probably both, and it pushed her very hard to do well, and that's why she's so resistant to Starfleet now. Paul LeDuc, if not free healthcare, we pay it with tax. Yeah, and what's your point? I'd rather pay a little bit of tax on everything and have free healthcare than have to have $100,000 hospital bill. So what's your point exactly, Paul? It's not a bad thing to pay taxes to have things for you when you're in need of it. I don't know. I don't want to get into all the political shit. But Zaraxis, my dad's living up on a nice island north of Vancouver with his so at the moment. I don't know what a so is. Oh, significant other. Been meaning to go visit him once this pandemic is over with. George Mangrum, did you discuss the Merced? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Being blue color coded for sciences. Did not, no, but very interesting. Reese, possibly the same reason we see the Cerritos staff discussing new seats for the conference room. Each ship is subtly customized by their crews during their service lives. Yeah, I would definitely think that would be a thing. Let's see, we have 115 watching with 80 likes. Oh, come on. We can hit 100 likes, guys. Hit 100 likes. Hit 100 likes. Clay Williams just finished the episode. I like it a lot, and the next episode is intriguing. Zaraxis, only way holodeck waste makes sense is if there's things that can't be replicated but not reconstituted. But it doesn't make sense. So yeah, anything can be processed, can be unproduced. Paul Contos, $5. You know why the Tellarite ship had a blue pinstripe instead of the Cerritos yellow? Yes, it was just mentioned because it's a science vessel and not support engineering craft. Because the Cerritos is engineering. Joe 47, Dr. Perlasky didn't have any funny lines this week. We was robbed. Well, she did say, I fold. So. Tangent Rambles, I just named all 50 states, Bob. Ozzy, the commander will be doing a happy dance on the new starship. Ron Sarna, considering that a lot of people are looking forward to next week, it seems the show is gaining traction. I hope so. The show is great, and I wish people would give it more of a chance. I've heard a lot of people that don't want to watch it or watch the first episode or 2 episodes and don't want to watch anymore. London Batman, I'm looking at you, which surprises me from him, but whatever. Starfleet Boy, fascinating. I hadn't caught the shuttle's name, and good point. She'll probably be a Canada class starship. Hope we find out. Those reminders are so important. Let's see. Tangent Rambles. I'd love to see California class with red stripes and loaded for Borg. That's great. Let's see. Max volume. I liked as much as I can, Captain. Ken's likes no more. That's good. Don't worry, hit the like button. Yes, yes. Clay Williams. I feel like the Cerritos isn't engineering as much as operations because it's a second contact. Yeah, and they say the amount of operations, although we've talked to somebody who has verified that it is engineering, an engineering support ship. So people might be gun shy after Star Trek Discovery and Picard. Absolutely, they would be. But Ozzy, tune in next week's episode to find out. Colin Barrett, I'm already disappointed there are only 6 episodes left in this season. I know, right? It's just going so fast. Plutopia, don't tell me what to do. I fold. Dr. Tiana. Reese, apparently red striped Callies are tailored for ambassadorial work. Good old gamer, and dozens of observation rooms. Yeah. Yeah, and the Ascension thing was kind of great. I mean, I like this little sand sculpture thing, and it's a shame that Tendi wrecked it. I mean, she didn't mean to. There's actually a mistake there because she wrecks it. She's on the floor, and she's like, don't worry, don't worry. And you see the replicator behind her that has sand in it. And she goes, replicator, give me sand, room temperature. And she puts her hand in and changes scenes, and it's empty. The sand falls into her hand, and then So there's a little bit of a mistake in this one, which is pretty obvious. But that being said, I did like a sand sculpture. It looked great. Sorry she wrecked it. That would kind of piss me off, actually. But the whole being painful, like, you gotta think, you're turning from a corporeal being into a non-corporeal being, an energy being. Of course, it might hurt. It's like, oh my god, that looks so bad. It was kind of fun though. That's the plot that I enjoyed least about this week. Obviously, I did like the whole generational ship and things like that, but yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. Just ow, does not look like something I'd like to do. Colin Barrett, I'm already I already read that one. Goddamn. Ozzy, I'm still also waiting for a Scotty reference. Reese, we demand 6 seasons and a movie. Jeff Jacobs, I liked the koala bear. I didn't get the koala bear. All existence is on the back of a koala bear. And look, it's smiling. What does it know? Like, is that referring to something? I might have missed that. I know that there's a thing that the world, Earth exists on the back of a turtle for some reason, but I mean, I didn't get the koala. Herbster Magus, Star Trek Discovery, Picard, and Lower Decks have all been way better than Enterprise, so I'm semi-satisfied. Next Productions. Here's the irony. If Lower Decks came out right after Enterprise, aside from the jump to animation, it would be considered classic Trek and viewed positively. That I'm not sure I agree with. This is so far, and it's one of the reasons a lot of people don't watch it, because they don't like this kind of humor, they don't like the animation, they don't want Star Trek to be this. So this might either be really hated by some people if it came out right after Enterprise as being not Trek because it's too silly or whatever. But at the same time, yes, if there wasn't all the bad will from, Star Trek 2009, Discovery, Picard, the fandom menace, having their minds pre-made up about everything new, I don't think that it would necessarily get the hate that it's getting. But at the same time, I'm not so sure that it wouldn't just be like, oh, that's just, why would they do that? They ruined Star Trek by making this goofy comedy. Whereas now, a lot of people still say that as well. But at the same time, we're like, hey, this is really sticking to canon. Which, after Enterprise did screw with a little bit of canon. So it's like, that's a very tough debate, actually, as to what people would think. So, Kenju22, do you think he fixed the ship after ascending? Probably not. It's funny because when the Admiral came in and said, we're picking something up on our sensors, I expected it to be some kind of like being, some kind of energy being that's wreaking havoc with something. And I thought that's what would be referenced, but it wasn't, so. Good old gamer. It's interesting that some ships have specific mission profiles and others have module pods, like the Nebula class. Herbsta Magus, the security chief had wrong number of pips in a few shots too, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to take a look at that tomorrow. Richie Appel, I'm afraid of Tindy now. I think she might be a psycho. She's definitely got an Annie Wilkes vibe from Misery. Things going on. Wow. Poor guy with the Ascension. The koala was weird as fuck. James McGill. This episode was the best one. Would rate it better than some of the other Star Trek shows. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this one better than last week's. They're kind of on the same level for me. This one had more ship and tech kind of stuff and some really great shots of LCARs and stuff, which admittedly it's something that I really enjoy. So, but the Ascension part was kind of stupid and didn't tie in at all. I almost would have preferred if the Mariner and Ransom story from last week was tied in with the ship transforming in this one, but Matt John 02, what exactly would happen if you put your hand in a replicator? Would the thing materialize in your hand? I mean, maybe. That's a good question. Reese, people pointed out that the replicator just dumps sand on Tindy's hands without the usual transporter effect. which was visually really funny. Just bump. Here's some sand. I haven't ever actually noticed there was no effect there, actually, but that's good. Ryan K. The world's balanced on the back of a giant koala. Justin, I was expecting Q to say, no, you not ready. How did you do this? Snap. That would have been funny too, actually. Good old gamer. If Lower Decks is considered classic level, if Lower Decks is considered classic level, if it released at a different time. Tangent Rambles. The implication from the preview scene, the next episode is the Cerritos is old enough to be falling apart, which explains how O'Connor managed to spend 10 years working on his sand sculpture. Yeah, we know it's an older ship. I mean, that's been stated a few times. So, Max Volume. This episode had a lot of TNG elements, masks with the ship transforming, disaster with the crew being stranded in different parts of the ship. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Never really thought about that one. Plutopia. You could see Mariner plotting how to get demoted after her mom was talking about being an unstoppable mommy-daughter team. Zeraxis. It's like Discworld if Pratchett was an Aussie. Behold, the great time-space koala. Jeff Jacobs. Try being on the bottom, depending on how you look at it, so the world sits on it. That makes a little bit of sense. Reese, good old gamer. I like the diversity in the fleet, as if we're literally seeing the legacy of Starfleet policy changing over the years. Taylor built ship side by side with general purpose vessels. This is Jericho. Enterprise screwed with canon with style. Discovery is like a sledgehammer to it. Yes, this is true. Thomas. They almost had a solid story this week and snatched defeat from the jaws of victory with it being far too goofy again. These episodes get worse and worse. Totally disagree with you, Thomas, but everyone's entitled to their opinion and sees things a little differently, so thank you for sharing. Sidewire. The sand sculpture was funny, but I've seen where many cultures that purposely destroy their sand creation to leave personal attachment and enlightenment. Anthony Lauder. When will 1350 model kit of the USS Ares NCC 1650 be released? I don't know. I don't think they're doing a 350. Somebody probably did, but I haven't heard about it, so. Forrest Penrod. Lower Decks has raised a high bar for Discovery Season 3, hoping the best for both, but really hoping Lower Decks gains enough popularity to influence the direction of new shows. I totally agree with that. I hope they do as well, because it's the way it should be. Richie Appel. Tendi ruining the sand painting and then asking for the computer for colorful sand room temperature was pretty funny. Nick's Productions. Here's something I don't plan to rewatch. I don't plan to rewatch episodes of Discovery or Picard or Enterprise. I do, however, want to rewatch episodes of Lower Decks alongside TOS, TNG, DS9, and Voyager. I kind of mirror that sentiment as well, so. Starfleet Boy, we presume Q is the highest or only route to Ascension? I would say no, but. Tangent Rambles. Ship food replicators are apparently not of uniform quality across the decks. Granted, according to Mariner, they aren't that different. Yeah, I think that's just probably a perception seen by Lower Decks people. Whereas she's been an officer, she's had both kinds, so, I think it's probably just an assumption made by the Lower Decks people. BJ Tron. In Age of Sail, some wooden warships served with rebuilding for many, many decades. World War I ships fought in World War II. Good old gamer. Replicators weren't uniform quality on DS9 either. Well, that's because it was an old station and Cardassian. So if they did upgrade to Federation replicators, not all the replicators on board would be upgraded like that. And so, yeah, I would buy it on a Cardassian station. Not sure what's on a Federation ship though. Tanya Rambles, Mom and I still love Lower Decks since the very first episode, all of 4 episodes ago, but still. Ron Sarna, I saw the Doc's tail this week. Cut some tail, did ya? Some doctor tail. Reese, any thoughts on Cerritos' registry number suggesting she's actually not that old? It falls several hundred ships after Voyager, lying close to the second DS9 Defiant, suggesting she's an early 2370s build. Not a build per se, but maybe the name was transferred to this ship, and registry numbers don't denounce when a ship was built. That's again, that's like the holodeck thing. There's different schools of thought on that. Mike Okuda tried to normalize the registry convention, but having a registry number of a certain number does not necessarily dictate when the ship was constructed. So, and that's just another thing it's frustrating to keep talking about that. So, anywho, Thomas says Enterprise episodes worth rewatch. The Augment episodes and then Klingon Augment episodes that follows absolute high point in Enterprise's writing room. There's some other ones too. Starfleet Boy, by the way, Captain, we are at 103 likes, but now there's 141 watching, so I think we can get 38 more. Well, we have 132 people watching with 104 likes. We can easily get to 120. That's 16 people. I think that is doable. Although, I don't know, maybe they don't want to like it because I'm just reading comments and not really saying much, really. Clay Williams, I rewatch these episodes at least twice a week, once by myself, once with me and just my dad, and once with my whole family. Yeah, I watch them at least 3 times. Generally a first watch, and then watch to get screen caps for our episode, then another watch to take notes or get caps of the closed captioning, so I get names and stuff right. So I at least watch it 3 times, well, actually 4 times, because then I also watch it with Sylvia. So I do see them about 3 or 4 times before I do these first reaction lives. So Jeff Jacobs, $2.03. Got our 100. Sweet. On we march to 150. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Dystopian guy. What if everything Q does is actually just a hallucination he induces? That would be silly. Hold on, I have to... Colin Barrett, DS9 was a tech monstrosity. Starfleet cargo platforms did not work there, for example. Jeff Jacobs, this was my least favorite episode so far, but still liked it better than any Picard or Discovery episodes for sure. That surprises me. I know you're a fan of Discovery and Picard. That's what surprises me, actually. You said that, Jeff. As for your least favorite episode of this show, I still don't understand why. This is very much TNG trope, but oh well. What do I know? Joseph Medetz, Q2, an ascension of a human. Q. Oh shit! There goes the continuum. Yeah. Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood. Snoopy McQueen, Captain, you need to join live chat with Kotwalski and Trek Channel and others. I think it'd be cool if you join other chats. I do join other chats, just not Kotwalski or Trek Central. I've joined many others, actually. But I mean, if they want to invite me, I'd be happy to go. I'm not going to ask them to go on their shows. But yeah. Nick's Productions. Isn't it nice to say this week's episode wasn't the best, but still good? Yes. Jeff Jacobs. Like Discovery as sci-fi, not as Trek. He was not a good mud, but it was a cool episode. BG Tehran, Lower Decks, always better a second time. Fun to watch, listen to at work when doing laundry. Hezraz, I personally think it would be stupid to live forever as a ball of light. But that's just me. Living forever as me? Sure. Well, you must love you, because that's awesome. Tangent Rambles. I noticed that Mariner kept her lieutenant's access replicator card when she was demoted. She gave it to Boimler. Yep, she probably wasn't supposed to keep it. She was probably supposed to hand it over, but, you know, it's Mariner, so she's doing what Mariner do. Picard disappointed me. I kept waiting for it to pay off, and it never really did. I like Discovery as sci-fi, not as Trek. Richie Appel, would officers really have different food options from the replicator? I don't think so. I mean, you could probably have your own personal menu, which you could craft. Like you craft like the materials or the ingredients for something, mix it together, have the computer analyze it, and then get that exact thing each time, and have your own personal replicator menu. But I don't think it's necessarily like the captain and the senior staff get a certain better quality food. I don't think that's how Starfleet works. Avenue Pat, I'm loving Lower Decks. I've been struggling to get my 10-year-old stepson to get into Trek for a while, and I've been failing. However, he is always asking when the next Lower Decks is airing. Jill 47, I think Discovery episode New Eden was Trek. Yeah. Tangent Rambles, there were more ascend races in Star Trek than just the Q, even all the way back to TOS. There was Trelane and the Metrons and how many other ones in TOS. There's been a lot. Colin Barrett, oh come on, who would not want to be a Q? Right? Ozzy, now your iPad isn't doing buffering time. Okie dokie. No, it's fine now. Matthew DeFreitas, I enjoyed this episode. This one lines up behind episode 1 as second best for me. Third would be episode 3, and least favorite episode 2. Mark Grant, during COVID, had the chance to go to the local nursing home and provide entertainment. Discovery and Picard were appreciated by older Trekkies. Love this cartoon, but still on the fence about showing it. I would just show it. Next production. So did Harry Kim use the lower decks bunk for a while in Voyager had them? And if so, was he stoked about his senior officers dying to get his own quarters? See, Voyager didn't have those, so he had a quarters from the beginning, as I think all people on a Federation ship would, but whatever. Cade MacArthur, the plant animation reminded me of Akira. Not an Akira class, but Akira, the anime. Jeff Jacobs, having seen Q sex, I have some doubts about being a Q, lol. Okay. BJ Tehran, Discovery's New Eden was just about one of the best episodes and the most Trek. I like the one with Talos. Talos 2. Rest. Blah. Yeah, New Eden was good. It definitely had a TOS kind of Star Trek vibe to it. And Pike was great in that. So, yeah, I would agree. It was definitely a piece of Star Trek. The Talos 5 or 4, Talos 4. Definitely with the way it started, because it had the original Cage and the real Pike and stuff in the opening, so that was totally awesome. So Jill 47. I saw the Tellus for episode 10 times. LOL. Cool. Yeah, so I guess in summary, this was a good episode. I'm not sure if it beats out number 3, the last one, as my favorite episode. I need to think about that tonight and let you guys know tomorrow. Check out our edited review in the afternoon, and then our live full review and discussion at 5 Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 in the UK. Where we'll break this down scene by scene and all that jazz. You know the routine. But I really need to think about whether it's my favorite or not, because I think last week's was my favorite episode of the 3 that we've seen. Now we've seen 4. This one is definitely it's close to being my favorite, and I'm just not sure if it's going to edge it out or not for that. So some of the Ascension stuff was a little stupid and silly. The reaction of the Tellarites captain and the way he got jealous and basically screwed everything up, again, I don't think is very befitting of a Starfleet officer. It might fit the Tellarite mindset, sure, but I still don't think a Starfleet officer or a captain would do that. So that I thought was a little bit unbelievable and stupid. Also, the fact that they didn't disengage the tractor beam right away. I guess there was some silliness as well with releasing the gas into the ship to just make everything normal again. I like that both ships couldn't be fixed though, so that was kind of neat. But overall, it was a fun episode. Definitely one that could be a TNG episode, and I do love the transformation of the ship. I think that's cool. Like people have pointed out, very much Masks from TNG, which a lot of people give Masks shit for being a bad episode. I really enjoy Masks. I think it's fun. It's got a great sci-fi premise, and I really enjoy it. Plus Brent Spiner is fantastic in it. So Masks is not one of my least favorite TNG episodes by far, or at all. So there's that to consider as well. So, and Jill, I know you enjoy Masks, so. It hasn't even been an hour yet. So 124 likes with 120 people watching. That's awesome. Can we get one more like to get 125? And if anybody has any closing super chats or anything, now would be a great time to throw those in. Questions, comments, rating for this episode if you want, and just maybe the last super chat slot. I'll stick around for a minute or two, but I really feel like I need to go to bed soon. Matt Jono to, if we see an ISS Cerrito, will it have a crew that's accidentally competent? Probably. It'd be the flagship or something. Hezraz, Tindy hits him as she runs by, and he gives her a what the fuck look. Colin Barrett, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds is slated for production in autumn and due to air early 2021, assuming no more pandemic surprises. I call complete bullshit on that. It'll start filming in the fall and it'll be released next fall or the following January, like 2022. It will no way you're going to see it the first quarter of 2021. There's absolutely no way. I stake my life on that. Jill 47 throws in $1 with a winky face. She now has the last super chat slot, and that is awesome. Thank you very much, Jill. Very much appreciated. Got an 8.5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I didn't like this one as much, but it was still quite fun. And Caleb Horn, $2, 8 out of 10. Looks like a new ship next week. Yes, it does. I'm looking forward to it. Donnie Pearson, for me, 10 out of 10 for Moist Vessel and for this live stream. I would not give this live stream a 10 out of 10. Trust me, I've been here for the whole thing. And it started off bad because the original stream link didn't work, even though it did work after this new YouTube update is aggravating, to say the least. But thank you. Appreciate that. Matthew DeFritas, 7.5 out of 10. We got a 7.5 out of 10 from Nix Productions. Mark, 8 out of 10. Hezrez, 8.5. A51, Trekyards, Space Bikers, guitar riff from the Vengeance Factor. Need to make a cameo on Lower Decks. Cypher Commander 7 out of 10, optimistic for improvement. The Atom 159, 8 out of 10, not quite as good as episode 3, but very solid TNG 90s era Trek. Yeah, see, this and episode 3 for me are very much in the air as far as which one is going to take my favorite slot so far. I'm sure there's more coming up at the end of the season that are going to be a little bit more up my alley, but we'll have to see. So anyway, guys, I guess that's it. It's been an hour. I usually like to make these an hour and a half to 2 hours, but I'm just really not feeling it tonight, and I apologize, guys. So I'm sorry. I'll see you tomorrow in the edited review and live at 5. And I hope you guys will be there. And hopefully you're not one of those people that doesn't like the word moist. Because this was moist vessel. Moist. Freaks a lot of people out, you know. Don't know why. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.